If you clicked on this video and you haven't watched Deadpool 3 yet, please click off. This is going to be a spoiler-filled video. So I finally watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and I have extremely mixed feelings on the film. Wolverine is and has always been my favorite comic book character, so I really enjoyed all of the Wolverine-based fan service we got, and I think Hugh Jackman gives a good performance here. Not as best as the character, but he certainly carried the movie from an emotional perspective. But I think my biggest issue with this film is, well, I don't really think it's much of a film at all. The story is laughably bad. This is a shoestring plot if I've ever seen one. And there were a few moments where the writers lazily tried to back themselves out of corners in very contrived ways. The most blatant being when Peter showed up and that just magically made all of the variant Deadpools stop fighting. But at the same time, I had fun and enjoyed myself. At my core, I'm really just a nerd who understood all the references and laughed hysterically quite a few times. Especially at Blade still being frustrated with motherfuckers trying to ice skate uphill. And I think this is going to be a really divisive movie for fans, especially after the hype and shock factor wears off. We kind of saw this with No Way Home, as the more and more you watch that film, the less cool and hype the cameos feel, now that you know they're coming, which started to make the weak plot more and more apparent for fans. Don't get me wrong, I still like No Way Home, but it is far from a masterpiece. And Deadpool and Wolverine is No Way Home on crack. We get cameos out the ass, and the plot is substantially weaker than what we got in Spider-Man 3. But by that same token, the action in Deadpool was far better, and it is a much funnier film than No Way Home. I guess what I'm trying to say with this comparison is that Deadpool 3 is in the same ballpark as No Way Home for me. It's a technically worse film just from a writing perspective, but all of the things that carry No Way Home are turned up to 10 in Deadpool, and it's just a more fun experience. I know a lot of people were hoping that Deadpool and Wolverine was going to be the spark that brought the MCU back to box office dominance, and I did recently make a video analyzing the death of the MCU, so you might be curious as to my thoughts on the MCU as a whole now, and well, they haven't really changed at all. I'm sure this movie is going to continue to crush it at the box office, and this will have absolutely no impact on the next MCU film. I and many others will continue to be pick and choose fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We'll watch a few things that catch our eye here and there, but as for investment in the universe, at this moment, I have very little. So yeah, overall, Deadpool and Wolverine was a really fun time in the theater, but was not a good movie by any means. Like, objectively, if we're just gonna go full hardcore movie critic, it was borderline terrible, but I do think it is also important to rate movies based on what they're trying to be. Like, I wouldn't crap on a comedy for being stupid fun if it was meant to be stupid fun, and I think Deadpool 3 was certainly aiming to just be a funny, fan service, and action-filled time at the movie theater. So overall, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed my thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine, please feel free to check out some of my other content, and if you agree, disagree, or just have strong feelings on anything I said, as always, I'd love to hear you in the comments. Until next time, peace.